Something new. So for the first time, I'd like to do a live guided meditation, which will include an ability to discover what your subconscious wants you to know most about your life right now. And this is timeless, meaning whenever you come across this is the right time. So let's get started. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Okay. So there's nothing that you'll have to see for the next little while, the next 5 or 10 minutes. So if you're ready, we will do a relaxing guided meditation that will help you get in touch with your heart and your intuition and let all the stress of the day go away. So find yourself in a comfortable place where you won't be interrupted for a little while. You could be sitting down or lying down. And wherever you are, take just a moment and get a little more comfortable. Move and adjust a little more. Take that extra moment now, as if deeply in your heart you know that you deserve a little more comfort. And as we begin to sink down into this gloriously relaxing, effortless meditation, you can already sense that there's nothing you have to do. And just begin by closing down those tired eyes and sense a ripple of relief from the top of your head down, down, down to your feet. And noticing the air as it moves in your nose, filling up your entire body, every cell of your body, and then breathing out your nose as if you're breathing out a gray, stagnant energy from the day, and breathing in clear, clean, hopeful energy that fills your entire body, and then breathing out any remaining of that stale energy, people, places, work, frustrations, sadness, and then just breathe normally, knowing that in this moment there's nothing you can do wrong. And now let's count down from 5 down to 1, imagining that you are lying on the most comfortable, most relaxing boat on a little river. And every number we count down, you'll choose to allow your body to feel the surface beneath you and get a little heavier. 5, effortlessly feeling the surface beneath you hold you and support you. 4, letting every moment dissolve any thoughts, worries, or distractions. 3, sinking down as the world fades away. 2, allowing yourself to get lost in this hazy, floating feeling moving down this river. And the more you let go and just feel this floating feeling, one, the more deeply you allow yourself to sink into peace. And now just imagining, sensing, feeling this raft comes to the shore. Feel the solid ground as you get off of this boat and you're standing in warm, perfect sand. And the temperature is warm, but not too warm. And as you look around, you see endless skies of blue with only a few clouds. You feel a gentle breeze, but besides that, you see an enormous pyramid surrounded by palm trees. And notice there is a stone path that goes directly from your feet to the entrance of the pyramid. And you feel so excited, relaxed, and safe, as if you were protected and you were encouraged by love and an entire field of angels. Inside this pyramid is a special jewel that you've been needing for your life. So begin walking now, feeling that every step you take takes you more into peace, more into effortless rest. Every step you take closer and closer to the entrance of this beautiful, enormous pyramid. This pyramid is made of crystal. And as you approach the entrance, you already feel a certain wave of intense healing and vibration. Step inside now, and step inside as if you were stepping inside a greenhouse. And though it's warm in here, you see that there is a beautiful, large wooden table with flowers all around it, and the sun shining through. And on this table, you see there is a wooden box. Walk over to this box and notice what number is written on the top of this box. Does it say 1, 2, 3, or 4? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Yes. And whatever you see is the correct answer. Open this box and see a beautiful large gemstone. That's for you. And take that in your hand and imagine putting it in your back pocket. Feeling a deep, deep sense of clearing of your entire body, feeling lighter and lighter as we come back to the room we started in. Much lighter, as if the slate is clean, as if you are even more authentic, as if you have unlimited abundance, as if you know exactly who you are and how to slow down your mind for perfect rest. And I'll count from 1 up to 3, and at 3, you'll open your eyes, blinking your eyes open. 1, trusting yourself and feeling more and more alert. 2, letting everything visually go. And 3, blinking your eyes open, taking a deep breath in, smiling. And just noticing how you feel. So, now let's take a look to see what your subconscious would like to tell you about your current situation. So if you saw a number 1 on that box, then let me explain this. Your intuition is so good that it already knew what messages I had prepared for you with each number. And so it drew you to see one number so you would get the right message for you. All right. So if you saw number 1, I pulled cards for these messages today from a Wisdom of Tao deck. And so the message for you, let me just adjust this a little bit. Okay. The message for you, if you saw number 1, is this card that says make a decision. Okay, let's see if I can get a little better. Okay. So make a decision. And what this message is from your subconscious to you about your current situation right now, whenever you're watching this, is that if you've been feeling like you're out of your element lately, meaning you're in a relationship or you're in a job where it just doesn't feel right, it's not a great fit for who you are, if you've been feeling like you have to sort of go through the motions or just play a different part, if you're in a job that's very analytical, but you're more of a creative person, if you are in a relationship where you have been extremely quiet, but you're normally a very outgoing person, this is a message for you. So your subconscious is saying at this time, it understands that it's hard to make a decision about how to improve your life and how to be in a place where you're appreciated exactly for who you are. This card here exactly says, don't be afraid to make that choice in a seemingly choiceless situation. Take the first step and great opportunities will emerge for you and those involved. Trust that every road is a route to your destiny. Believe in yourself. So your subconscious is sending the message that sometimes you might have a tendency to want to wait for the perfect moment and the perfect situation to take action. Don't we all do that, really? It's so easy to get caught up in that. And your subconscious is saying, there is never really a perfect time. And if this is for you, then I'm sorry, because I know it's hard when sometimes life seems to give us several less than great options, and we have to pick the one that's slightly better. But your subconscious is saying it is time to make a decision, and that if you are seeing this, then you absolutely are ready to. And if you need a sign, then this is your sign. And the reason that the imagery here is like this is because this image is of someone who has made the decision to walk away from something, a relationship, a job, it could be lots of things, but they've chosen to walk away because it wasn't a good fit. That wasn't who they really were. And now they don't exactly know where they're going, but notice that they're not alone. And notice that here she is walking next to the horse, but not riding the horse, which means that although you've been through some difficult things, you are still open to having a counterpart, to start over somewhere with someone new. And maybe this is a friend, maybe this is a new romantic partner, maybe this is just holding space for new things in your life. But this is showing that you can make a decision and start moving forward. And this horse can also represent the free version of yourself inside that wants to come out, because you can have both the free version that wants to be with lots of options and authentic, and as well as the more organized version. And that you are prepared. And your message here is music is going to be an important way to help this transition. All right. So if you chose number one or saw number one, that was your message. Okay. So that was number one. If you saw number two, this is really, really beautiful. Let me see if I can pop this up a bit. If you saw number two, this is really beautiful because you have heaven. So this is a message from your subconscious with the number 6 that says, the unstoppable power of heaven is here to protect you. This yang energy also symbolizes the sun, fatherhood, and creation. Now you can break through obstacles once too difficult to conquer. Pay attention to the northwest, end of fall, and beginning of winter. So the message here from your subconscious is, after a long wait, maybe you've been actually working hard on something for about 6 months, 6 to 9 months. It finally is here. Finally, it really is. And now is the time when basically you can put a lot of action and expect great things, and you can use force to make exciting things happen. You don't really have to, because it's here. It's going to happen, absolutely. And it's going to feel so good, and it's going to feel like, yes, it was all worth it. So you can trust yourself to make those final changes, or you can just let it happen, because it will. And this has to do with something that this could be actually someone who is pregnant and is about to give birth. This could be a situation where you've been waiting to get a job, or you have been hoping to get a good results from a health test. Also, this could be in a relationship that it's actually going to get better and it's going well if it's new. Overall, this is a sign that your life is starting now is going to be much, much easier. It also could mean that you might have a better relationship with your father or a father figure. This represents that if you think of yourself on a map right now, like where are you on a map in your city, maybe your state? What is to the northwest of you? So whatever, if there's a person, if there's an old job, if there's a friend or family member there, if there's a special place there to the northwest of you, that is absolutely a beautiful and positive thing for you. And between now and the end of fall, this time in your life is going to be absolutely beautiful. The peak of it may come, like it says, the end of fall, but absolutely starting now, it's going to really improve. Okay? And this, I have a feeling like this message for you is a message of encouragement that if it's been a long time and you've been waiting for the sun to rise, so to speak, it finally has. This also reminds me of the lotus flower. If you're not familiar, the lotus flower is that flower that it starts deep in a river, deep in the bed of the river, and it starts growing upward. And it starts out in this really thick, dark mud. And then it keeps growing and growing, and it keeps growing towards the sunlight because it can just barely see the sunlight above the surface of the water, but it grows and grows among this darkness and this green, usually, and then eventually it will finally bloom upwards and on top of the water. And it's beautiful. If you've seen them, they're usually white and they have lots and lots of petals. That's what this reminds me of, that you might have been in some heaviness or some darkness for a while, and now you're blooming out on top of the water, and it's like you don't have to try so hard anymore. You're here, and the sun is going to get directly to you, and you can just kind of float. All right, so that's the message from your subconscious if you chose number 2. Okay. If you saw number 3, then this is your message. So this is Earth. So basically, this is about motherhood, and this is primarily about motherhood. The message to you here is that now is a time to find balance in feeling nurtured. So this might be a message literally about you and your mother. If this is a time where if you've been having trouble feeling nurtured in your life, or if you've been having trouble nurturing someone, this is a sign from your subconscious that of things being equal, balanced, but not necessarily equal, meaning this is a message that your mother or motherly figure is only who they can be, which means don't expect this motherly figure to give more than they are able to, and trust that if you believe that this motherly figure should give more or is choosing not to give more, the truth is it's easier on your mind if you can just expect and assume that they're doing exactly as much as they can. So you can nurture and give as much as you can, and accepting that they're doing as much as they can. And that if it's not enough, then finding ways to nurture yourself, okay? This also is saying that the full moon might have a special meaning to you, and that right now you might be in a place where motherhood is especially important. You might be pregnant, You also might have recently started a new relationship. And above all, this card talks about being able to feel grounded and balanced. This is about not trying too hard right now. This is about not diving into your past too much, not obsessing over your future too much. This is a card and a message that says, chill for a second, okay? And nurture yourself. The card specifically says, the powerful energy of the yin, which is feminine essentially, and nurturing, represents the earth, moon, and motherhood. It nurtures you and makes you strong. Welcome the positive vibration from the southwest and stay grounded. Grasp the golden timing, end of summer and beginning of fall. And also, like it says there, if you imagine yourself on a map, what is to the southwest of you? This could be a map of your city, maybe even your state. If you think of the Southwest, is there a person, a friend, a family member? Is there a job there? Maybe your actual mother or a motherly figure lives there. But whatever is there, that is something that is related to you feeling nurtured. And the ideal time to interact with that person or that place is the end of summer, beginning of fall. So right now it sounds like it's about you learning to nurture yourself. This could also be a message from your subconscious that it would help if you could eat more earth-based foods, like root vegetables like carrots, or I know beets are like a mouthful of dirt, but if you can find the right way, this is just saying that, carrots, uh, beets, potatoes, stuff like that would be especially nourishing for you. Okay? And that you might actually be reaching out to a motherly figure, or you might be hearing from a motherly figure over the next 2 months. Okay, so hang in there. And that is your message for number 3. All right, last but not least, if you saw number 4 on that box, then your message here is number 3, thunder and awakening. So the message here from your subconscious overall is that, similar to number 2, that things that you've been planting, that working on, are finally here, and it's time to take action. It is absolutely time to focus on what opportunities are available. For example, if a metaphor is, if you have been planting a garden, and maybe you started in, let's say, February or March, and it's been a few months, now is the time. Those plants, those flowers, they are sprouting and they are ready to be picked or used, and it's time to reap the rewards of all the hard work you've done. This is about the thunder, meaning the thunder before the lightning. Basically saying, this is a time when it's okay to just look for all the opportunities, and you might not use them yet, but this is absolutely a beautiful time to notice them. It's lucky. So this is saying from your subconscious, now is the time, if you're looking for a job, to apply to all the jobs that seem interesting. If you have been thinking about marriage or having children, now is the time to do that. If you have been thinking about starting an exercise routine, then now is the time to explore which one would be best for you. If you've been considering meditation and some kind of routine that is great for your spiritual life, now is the time to start that. And this is also a message from your subconscious that you might want to be open to interacting with others. So this could be, starting something with someone else, okay? And it literally says here, the spring thunder awakens the land, auspicious, which means lucky, energy from the east brings vigorous growth to all you have planted in life. Cast off the energy that no longer serves you and create new strategies. Finalize your ideas, get moving. There's no time to waste. So the last message here is about you may have been settling for a while, for like the past 3 weeks, 3 months, even 3 years, where you maybe have been allowing some people around you that didn't really appreciate you, and they kind of steal your thunder, so to speak. Enough of that. Now is really the time where you can step out of survival mode. It is safe a little bit to put your time and energy into people and activities that light you up, that make you feel excited about life, that you don't have to hide and dim your light so that way you don't, offend other people. Now is the time to be loud and to be inspiring and to help others. Okay? And when it says cast off the energy that no longer serves you, that could be people, that could be drugs or alcohol, that could be procrastination, that could be all kinds of things. And this essentially is saying weed your garden, because there are so many fruits and vegetables that are there, but you can't see them all if they're covered up with weeds, basically. And your subconscious is saying that if you have been kind of depressed or anxious for a while, and maybe you haven't tended your garden very often, and there's a lot of weeds, then the 3 is about expansion. So maybe have a conversation with someone you trust. Like, will you help me talk through breaking up with someone? Or will you help me to figure out what kind of jobs would be best for me? Or help me with exercise. It's okay to ask for some help, okay? And especially if you think of yourself on a map of your city, a map of your state, what is to the east of you? Is there a person there, a potential job there, a family member there, maybe something that you really, really want to visit there? Whatever it is to the east of you is a very, very lucky and good sign. It's a time when you should go there, or you should explore that. Okay? And that is the message from your subconscious for number 4 from that meditation. So I hope that helps, and I'm sending you lots of good energy, and I hope to see you all in group hypnosis or some kind of helpful place soon. So take good care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you later.